Are you guys ready to dive into the last subject?
Let's fucking do it, man.
Okay. We got this week in viral sex with a mask on. We should probably ask Pierre about this, but is it really better than a bag over your head? Apparently, we have this awesome story. It's kind of one of those, for those who remember the, God, what was that original story, G-Dubs, where they like write in? It was like Dear Alice?
Dear Prudence or Dear Abby.
Oh, Dear Abby. Okay, this one's Dear Prudence.
Yes.
Dear Prudence, my husband won't take his mask off, even for sex. We're both vaccinated now. When will this stop? And here we have this beautiful Photoshop picture of this cuck with a with a pink mask photoshopped on him. Well, I'm going to read this. I'm going to let you guys interject as you feel free, so I'll stop every second or so. Dear Prudence, I've been married to a great guy for 5.5 years. He is handsome, sexy, funny, and kind. It's true that he's always been a little bit prissy. He's always been a giant pussy about illness, but I never thought it was a real problem. However, during the pandemic, his terror about getting sick has reached new levels. For the last year, he has refused to take off his face mask, even when we're at home, just the two of us. This is true even now that he's fully vaccinated from the virus. He wears it to sleep, to do most of his bathroom activities, and yes, even during lovemaking. To eat, he pulls it up to expose his mouth and quickly pulls it back down between bites. While he does not insist that I do the same, I can tell that it bothers him that I don't, especially because I have now started going maskless outside per the CDC guidelines like a normal, rational human being, and plan on restaurant dining inside soon for a girls' night out. When I tried to present him with the science, he says, scientists don't fully understand the virus yet. Or, I know it probably isn't necessary, but wearing it doesn't bother me. So if there's even a small chance that it can protect us, I'd rather be on the safe side. What's the harm? I disagree that there's no harm. I want to see my beautiful husband's face again. I want to kiss him on the lips romantically like we used to and not through a piece of fabric. You still kiss this cuck? What the fuck is wrong with you? He does not change his mask very often, and it's often very smelly and soiled. And I don't want to feel judged by him for my own behavior, which I consider reasonable, because it is. This is making me depressed and concerned about our future together. I've asked him when he plans to stop masking, and all he says is, when it's safe for everybody, everyone. What if he becomes a permanent part of him? My mother, who's very conservative, thinks that I should move out, but I don't think I'm ready for that step yet. What I want is my husband back. How can I get through him? Signed, maskless, and alone.
Suck his dick.
Yeah.
And right as he's about to jizz, stop and be like, I will only continue if you take off the mask.
I was going to say right before he finishes, you just throw the mask back down and just jam it over.
Yeah.
What do you think, Ryan? Would you be pretty upset if this was your man?
Well, yes. And I'll tell you why. Because when you're in the safety of your own house, the CDC said there's no safer place than in your house, and there's no safer place than in your bedroom. Take the fucking mask off.
Yeah.
Take it off.
Nick said, so it sounds like the same people that drive with their mask on, and they're the only one in the vehicle.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. It's kind of like the person that still has their shower glory hole set up at home, as CDC recommendations recommended a while ago. If you missed that article, that was a great one. You should look it up and see. CDC recommends glory hole, making a glory hole out of a shower curtain. I'm pretty sure was the line on that article. I can't remember.
Or at least very similar to that.
Fauci's on some shit.
I think what happened is Fauci bought some stock in a company that produces shower curtains, and then he pushed it and they ran the article.
Yeah,
that's my theory, is that like initially when he came out and he's like, oh, don't buy masks, it was because he hadn't bought stock in 3M yet.
Yeah.
And then he was like, oh fuck, okay, I'm gonna dump a $500,000 into stock for 3M. And then as soon as it cleared and everything was good and he owned the stock the next day, he's like, yeah, you guys need to go out and get masks.
So I can I ask a favor? Can you pull up on me for a second? I want to talk to this lady.
Oh, absolutely.
Bitch, get yourself a new husband. Okay, that's it.
Well, I guess she can get another husband because right now it sounds a lot like she has a wife.
No, it's not even a wife.
No,
Like,
no, I know. I was thinking about that joke, and I'm like, I shouldn't make this.
And is a partner in a relationship. She has a little bitch.
Yeah.
Nick said maybe it's like the Furby freaks, the ones that dress up in animal costumes. I'm like, I'd have more respect for the guy if he wore like a full-on mask. You know what I mean? Like he's just wearing a dirty cloth mask. Like if he wore a Furby, no, they're called furries. Furries. Yes, and they're interesting people. But no, they like if he was wearing like one of those full-on astronaut helmets or like a full-on like a real respirator, or he had spent the money on that like crazy shit that they're wearing on Grey's Anatomy. Yeah, because I don't know if you guys have seen that.
No,
but they spent like, we ended up looking it up after we saw the first episode because they have these masks that are like clear. It's a clear panel in the front, and then it's a hood, and then it has a pack on the back that pumps in filtered air into it. So it's like positive. What do they call that? Positive pressure. So anything you breathe out like goes out, and only thing coming in is filtered air. And they spent like $8,000 per mask, but it was so that they weren't paying their 5-star top shelf talent to wear a mask, like a blue mask on the show, so that you could see their face. I'm like, but they still spent like $8 or $10 per mask to do it.
Here's my problem with this. It sounds made up.
That was my thought too, but I honestly, with the amount of fear that I've seen in people in the past year, I have a hard time. It's right on the edge for me, man. It sounds so ridiculous, but I'm also like, this could be true. Like this could be like a city dweller.
Yeah, for real. I do believe that this is probably a true story. Some of the people.
Then she needs to reevaluate her life and her partner.
What happens if you rip ass wearing? I don't know. Maybe that's
your own fart.
Maybe that's the solution, Nick, is that this chick should go on and fart on all his masks.
He might like that type of thing.
This is true. Who knows?
I know I like the smell of ass.
Occasionally. It's not an everyday thing for me, but once in a while it does.
No, every day. Like if I could smell shit, fuck yeah.
So let's see what Prudence has to say back to this, and we'll critique it real quick, and then we're gonna wrap up and get out. But they say, "Dear Maskless and Alone," which is a great way to sign your Dear Prudence letter. I suspect your mother and I would agree on almost nothing COVID related, except the fact that your husband's behavior is alarming. Just because she said her mother-in-law was kind of conservative. I don't know. I know plenty of conservatives that wear masks and deal with all the bullshit. Anyways, what's the harm? It's such an insidious phrase. It's not a question. It's a statement of leave me alone. But there is lots of harm in leaving him alone. Harm to his mental health, to yours, and to the relationship. You need to sit down with him at a time free of heightened emotions. So not right after sex. I am impressed. What is that word that you're still sleeping with him? Tell him all about the harm here. His behavior is alienating you, and it's certainly not offering him any real protection against disease. Give him 3 options. First, he can make an appointment with his physician to talk about the effective protective measures. If he does, he has to commit to following the doctor's recommendations, and you have to be present so he can't lie to you, which is the first issue. If you assume this man's going to lie to you when he gets back from the doctors, you should be out.
Yeah.
So secondly, so we can skip over the second part. Number 2, start seeing a therapist. If he chooses this, he has to commit to at least 6 sessions or some other number that feels right to you. Just pull it out of the air. It's totally arbitrary. Finally, he can decide, because it would be his decision if he doesn't take another action, to call an end to the relationship. I know you want your husband back, but he isn't that husband right now, and he needs to understand just how serious this is. To be clear, you have to mean what you say. You have to mean it when you say that the relationship has to end if he does not make progress, but I think that would be the right move. If he goes to one of the first two options, you should promise to do legwork, finding him a therapist, making appointments, etc. Your husband's in the middle of a long-running crisis, and what is the worst thing? And that is the worst time to have to navigate our completely patient-unfriendly mental health care system. Once he's committed to doing some sort of treatment, see if you can give him the promise to change his mask every day until he feels secure going without it, which you should be doing anyways, because, like, what a fucking gross dude to not change his mask regularly. That's dope. Gross.
Yeah.
If you do not have, especially because he's eating with it, like, that's a whole nother level of disgusting. Like, you're shoveling food in and chewing it, and it's getting on the inside. Like, I imagine this thing just smells like fucking roasted garlic all the time. If you don't have enough, at home, there are lots of deeply discounted masks available now because everyone that's vaccinated isn't wearing one. But I don't want you to lead with the demand to change his mask every day because that could open the door to negotiations around behavior. And what you need here is to address the problem itself. I'll be thinking about you.
That does nothing.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, thanks
I'll
for
be thinking about you. I don't give a shit, and I'll be thinking about you.
Dear maskless and alone. I'm sorry.
Jason P says, or burn the masks. He's effing nuts. We agree, Jason. We're we're on board with team. This guy's a bag full of crazy, and I can't believe that she'd still put out for a dude wearing a mask, unless it's like, part of the fetish.
If you're hard up for dick, you'll take any dick you got.
If you're hard up for dick, my Instagram handle is Orion Kenyon. Slide in my DMs. Mask on, mask off,
from anyone on the show, it's Ryan Kenyon.
I'll wear a mask. I won't wear a mask.
Oh yeah, he'll wear
a mask.
He'll wear a werewolf mask or a.
I'll wear Jim Carrey's mask from the mask.
Yeah, anything you want to.
Somebody stop me.
Jason P says, sounds like a former employee. Nick said, kind of like beauty is a light switch away. I agree. That's why I said with the beginning topic when we started this week in viral, sex with a mask on. Is it really better than a bag over your head? I don't know. Oh, a Darth Vader mask. That would get me going. I'm more into
13th Jason mask.
I don't want to sound, like a creeper, like our president or anything, but maybe a Baby Yoda mask.
Oh shit! Hold on, guys.
Oh man, I think we're about to peel back the veil on GW here. This is a little bit nervous. Oh god, is it?
Yes.
Oh my god. Yep.
It's not a Baby Yoda mask.
Oh, the best part. Oh, a Bill Clinton mask. That's a good one too, Jason.
But it's a Yoda mask.
Yeah. If you're wearing the Bill Clinton mask, you better be playing the saxophone. All I gotta say. You really gotta round out my fetishes, dude. I've got a deep level of self-hatred.
That mask is awakening my force, if you know what I'm talking about.
That's right.
Woo. I bought this at Pierre's yard sale.
Worth every penny, my friend.
Absolutely.
Nick said, well, it'd have to be a paper bag because, as we know, plastic bags are banned. For the most part, but you can still get garbage bags. So don't forget all your options, Nick. A nice little 10-gallon bathroom garbage bag would do the trick pretty well. Said only cost GW $5.
Hey, $5 is worth it. And now it's a tax write-off because I did it for a show.
Oh, I love it. But that's pretty much all we got for this episode. Ryan, would you like to any plugs or anything coming up in the pipeline?
Oh no, just everyone stay safe, stay drunk and under quarantine.
Hopefully not for long.
Hopefully not for long.
Soon we'll just be drunk and not under quarantine.
We will see you soon. Masks off behind Walmart in Mexico.
Do you think the drunk show is taken? Can we just take that, shorten it up a whole lot?
Fuck it. Try it.
Yeah.
Worst part, we get sued by some people in fucking Alabama.
That's possible. They're like a moonshine, like an illegal liquor distributor, and
Yeah, they have a live stream show.
oh, that's good. Nick said Clinton didn't only play the saxophone; he played the harmonica. Oh, well done. Oh man, I still wish I had that painting from Epstein Island in my house. Have you guys seen that? The painting of Bill Clinton in the blue dress with the red high heels on?
No,
Oh, that's great.
Oh god, that's I'm gonna look it up real quick. Plugs, Ryan. Just old Ryan Kenyon on Instagram and
Yep. Transcendental Comedy on YouTube, Instagram. That's
no joke. This painting was found on Epstein Island when they raided it.
Yes.
It's
I
Bill
love it.
Clinton in the blue dress. Yeah, I want one. Hey, Ryan, before we go, how does it smell back there?
Like uplifting change.
It tastes like tears in a parking lot.
Behind a Walmart in Mexico, Maine.
I wonder if those officers are going to take offense to me calling them the Mexican police all night.
We're not no federales.
or like YouTube or Facebook are going to hit me up and be like, dude, you can't talk about Mexicans like that. Like, no, we're talking about Mexico, Maine. I'm sorry. G-Dubs, plugs?
Foley Kills a Podcast on YouTube. You can actually type in Foley Kills a Podcast and it pops up.
Nice.
Find me on Twitter and Facebook at Foley Kills. Find me on Facebook at GW Foley. I'll friend you.
Nice.
Yeah. Fuck it. If you're watching, I'll be your friend.
Nick Waters, see you gentlemen next week. As always, good show. Thank you, Nick. Thank you for coming out. Jason, thank you for coming out. Beautiful assistant, thank you for paying attention for a little bit. And everybody else who came out and watched the show, we appreciate all of you. Next week, we'll be back on episode 6 with Matt Vita. Hopefully, Nick, hopefully Collen will join us. Yeah, he did shoot me a private message and said, oh yeah, Jason says, send all the hate mail to him. He'll go through it and he'll just forward us the important ones. So feel free. Jason P. Mercier is where you should be sending hate mail for the show. That'll be great. We appreciate that. Oh, okay.
Oh, there we
I'm back.
I got nervous. The ghost of Ryan passed almost.
He almost became the ghost of Ryan Future.
But yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Next week we'll be back on episode 6 featuring Matt Vita. Hopefully he'll let us in on some of the project that he's been working on with Collen, and we can have some of the available back, but maybe not. I'm not disclosed to
Delicious.
and hoping we get to learn something. Anyways, I of course am Hickory the Drunk and Underwhelming. GW, thank you, brother. I love you. Ryan, thank you. Jason says, or Reggie. Yeah, send me Reggie too. I don't care. Nick said, if you want, I can walk down and make sure Collen is available. Yeah, if you want to go check on him at like 7:30 next Wednesday, that'd be great. I, of course, Maker the Drunk and Underwhelming. This is the Drunk and Under Quarantine Show presented by Woolen Comedy Club. Please follow them at Woolen Comedy Club and at Collen D. And we will see you guys next week with Matt Vita. Thank you, guys. Stay drunk, stay underwhelming, stay safe, but most importantly, in these trying times, remember to stay sane. And credits.
And so I didn't get a chance to take my pants off.